Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd update you on the shop a little bit here. Um, we're, we were done with the Monarch. There were still a couple things to do. We did a preliminary run, made a few test cuts, and it wasn't oiling great. And so I got the oil regulators out of it, and I'm waiting on some new ones to come in. So the head is off of that again, and everyone knows what else is going on with that. So yeah, the head covers off of that again. So the Monarch's still in state of non-completion. But what we didn't talk about was the electrical. You know, we got the electrical done on this side of the shop. We got receptacles in. I got my golf cart charger permanently installed. Out of that box there, we went ahead and nippled through the wall and put in some bell boxes outside, the bell waterproof boxes. So I've got those on each side of the door. There's another one over there. So those are in. This side of the shop, we ran a 60 amp circuit for that fellow there, so I can roll the MIG welder right here by the door. And if I got a truck or a trailer or something comes in that I can't get in the shop, I can bring the welder out and work on it out there in the dirt. And then just some 120 volt receptacles around there. And then we fed the opener with its own happy little receptacle there. So we got this side of the shop wired. I did do a little bit of work outside too. There's another bell box there. And the cold saw is permanently wired now. So it's that's 240 volt single phase, but I do have a third phase sitting in there. There's a red wire in there, coiled up as usual. If I ever switch this out to a 3-phase saw, I'm good to go. But there's a lot to be said for just walking up to a machine and turning it on and using it, rather than saying, oh wait, I got to get an extension cord. Where's the cord? I don't know where it is. Oh, it's damaged. Someone drove over it. So no, I want to walk up to a machine and just pull the trigger. So that part's done. The other thing is, I had a gentleman come out to the shop. His name's Brian McGrew, and we did some internet work here. And right above that security light, you'll see a little flying saucer up there, and you probably can't see it, but it's got a blue LED. That's an internet antenna. So that's fun. Okay, so that's a PoE internet antenna. And then there's another one up here. There's a switch above it that's powered. I put a receptacle in up there to power the switch. Then there's another antenna there below it. So I've got two antennas, one inside the shop and one outside the shop. And the one out back is mainly for bash, but you get real good coverage there behind the shop as far as Wi-Fi goes. And then out of that Cat 5, out of that switch, it goes in overhead. That black line there. There's a hook in the palm tree. And then it goes down to the house, and I've got two more antennas down there at the house. I got a router and another switch down at the house. So special thanks to Brian McGrew for coming out and recommending all this stuff and doing all my programming. I did the install, he did the programming. We're a force to be reckoned with. So we have upgraded the internet here at Bar Z, mainly just for the bash, you know. And this was all courtesy of Precision Matthews. Precision Matthews donated this year, and they said, what can we do to help the bash? And I said, well, our live feed was falling down last year, and we want to improve that. And he said, let's improve your internet capabilities. So this was all courtesy of Precision Matthews, and we thank Matt out there for helping us out with the feed. And I hope this year's feed it's going to get a lot better. All right. So we're really looking forward to the live feed this year. Next up, what we did. Okay, so we took care of electrical on the new side of the shop. We got internet in the shop, and next up we built a hoist up in the crown here. I don't know if I can get far enough away from it so you can see what's going on with it. But those black tabs you see, those are welded. You get on the other side. There you go. All right, those black tabs you see are 3/16 2x2 flat bars, just 2-inch square tabs. We cut those up and drilled them, and they're actually welded to the top of the beam, 2 inches apart. So it goes on and cheek plates on over that 2x6 rectangular that's running in the shop already. So that gives the beam a little bit of support, gives it a little bit of backbone. And when we first hoisted it up there, all we did was take a 2x4 and a floor jack and preloaded it into the beam and then screwed it into the beam with those big structural tech screws. And then at that point, we made the wall plates. There's one up there behind the 2 trolleys. And I don't know if you can see the other one. Yeah, oh yeah, you can see the other one. And that plate there. So it's bolted to the beam. It's made like a giant joist hanger. Actually, I've got a still photo. I'll throw that in there. And then they come through with the square washers on the outside. Those 6 square washers are what's loading that sheet of plywood that's sandwiched in between that the sheet metal skins inside and out. It keeps us from crushing the plywood. All right. So we did a quick static test on it yesterday. I put my scale on it, a red scale, put both hooks on it, hooked it up to the truck, and pulled on the back of the truck till we got to the limit of the scale, which is 2,000 pounds. And we were way out there in the center, pulling on it. And you know, we'd pull 1,000 pounds and check for deflection, check for creaks and pops and spits in the building, and then we'd pull it to 1,500 and we'd check all the fasteners again and see if there's any signs of any movement. You know, I was checking plywood, checking, you know, you can actually see that plywood sheet that's built in there. You can see the caulking in it. If there's any movement in that, you know, you'd be able to tell if it was moving. So, you know, we pulled all the way to 2,000, and then we pulled beyond 2,000, but I wasn't able to read anymore. So I was just counting the clicks of the chain hoist. You know, every click of the chain hoist was about 60 pounds we'd add to the load. So we kept counting clicks until we got to where we thought we're at about 2,500. Well, we interrupt this video to go unload a truck. The truck just left, and what I do is I go back to back with them, and they just roll it off in the back of my truck with a pallet jack. So from bar 4 Bar Z Industrial, this came to us from Lincoln Electric. Let's get it unloaded, and we'll talk a little more about that. Okay, and in case anyone was wondering why I put 2 chain hoists on there, there it is. You can 2-point a load, and this thing's actually, it's dangling. I'm ready to drive out, but it's nice and stable. You know, right now I could take this whole thing with one finger and just start rolling it out of the back of the truck, or I could load it in the truck, and I got no worries of it tipping front to back. You know, it's you know, it's pretty damn stable. All right, so we're ready to pull out with the truck, and that's why I put in 2 chain hoists for doing long loads and equalizing them. Okay, well, now that we got the truck out from under it, let's get it down on the ground. And I already told you it's from Lincoln Electric, but I have an announcement to make for Lincoln Electric, or regarding Lincoln Electric and the Summer Bash. So let's get it down and we'll talk about it a little more. Okay, well, we got it down. It's within an inch or so of the ground. And we're going to see what's in the packing list. Hopefully the packing list just isn't one line item that says promotional goods. Hopefully they actually itemize it. So we're going to check it out. We're going to open up the packing list and read it. And the whole thing about 2-pointing a load is it's very stable, and you can still move it down the line. You know, it's just a matter of just giving it a little push and she's on the move. You know, no big deal. But single point load is nice for turning it. See, this doesn't give you the opportunity to actually twist the load or turn the load at all. You know, maybe a couple inches one way or the other. But if you were single pointed, if you came up to a single point up here like a V, you could pivot your load. But with this, you can't do it. You can only move it longitudinally, and but it is a more stable pick. And I did this all by myself. You know, this is easy with one person, so no big deal. Well, it is from Lincoln Electric, and this is all attention Jim Bollinger with my address. And all they said was, let's see, miscellaneous ship, TIG 200 and weld gear. And then another description is welder parts, NOI, electric in boxes or crates. So it's pretty vague, but from what I understand, we've got a weld booth here, and you know, that stands to reason. I can see the display, the corner splitting through there. I can see the display corners, and we've got some gear packs, which are you know, the welding hoods and the gloves and the glasses and the carry bags and stuff. So we've got some gear packs that are going to just go into the raffle. And then we've also got some demo hoods that we use for the demonstration, the students that come in for the demonstrations and stuff. So I don't think I want to uncrate this just yet. I might just wait for Bollinger to get here to uncrate it and distribute it out. There's literature in here for our gift bags. There's quite a bit of stuff, but I'm not quite ready to break into it yet. But it's on the floor. Actually, I'm going to drop it on a couple of carpet dollies. I'm going to lift it up and put it on a couple of carpet dollies so I can roll it around and get it out of the way until Jim gets here. So, having said that, now that we have this in our possession, this is the units that we use to do our demos, and the bash is capable of doing actual welding demos now and welding classes. So that's great. We are going to talk about signups. You need to email me. Pay attention. summerbash@barzindustrial.com. Email me if you're interested in a one-on-one class with Jim Bollinger on Saturday. I believe that's going to be the 19th. That's when the TIG welding hands-on class is. And this is only to be taken after you've taken his seminar, which is on Friday. But I know that if you can't attend on Friday, a lot of guys got to work and they're not going to be here on Friday for the seminar, but they do want to do the hands-on. Watch the live feed. It's going to be up on my channel on Friday. It'll post late Friday night, so watch it Friday night when you get home from work, and then get an email to me ahead of time, like now, that says, hey, I want my one-on-one time with Jim Bollinger for your TIG welding hands-on, and we'll have this set up, and you can come in Saturday and do your one-on-one time with Jim Bollinger. All right? So we've taken delivery on the Lincoln equipment, the Lincoln gift prizes, gift bag stuff, the raffle stuff, you know. I sure appreciate Lincoln Electric for donating and supporting the bash the way they do. And special thanks to Jim Bollinger and Do Right Fabrication. All right, back to our regularly scheduled video. So there's all the news that is news. Today we're going to do, we've got electrical coming through. We've got airlines coming through, right there, that little yellow handle valve. And same over here. We've got airlines poking through. We still got to get a center beam in for the sheet metal that's going in for the drop ceiling, and we need to extend those airlines, get a manifold in the attic, and I want to put air actually outside, you know, right now. I got a receptacle outside here. I'm thinking I'm going to drop air over here on both sides, so if I need to fill up a tire or blow something off or do something outside with air, I've got an air connection outside as well. So that's that. And I got some temporary lights set up just to work on the Monarch. I just put some LED construction lights on, clamped up on a piece of angle iron, just so I can work on the Monarch. All right. So that's where the shop is now. So I would guess we're gonna call this phase 4. You know, airlines, new side of the shop with electrical. Electrical's done. I don't have anything else left to do out here on this side of the shop. Nothing electrical wise. So I'm real happy with the way everything's turned out. I'm kind of wishing I had put a receptacle in up high, maybe up here or up here, where I can plug in my charger for my scale and leave it plugged in. So every time I park the scale, I can just plug it in and leave it plugged in, so that thing's always charged. That would be nice. So I think I might want just one little single receptacle right there to plug in a wall wart, so that thing can hang there and stay charged. That requirement manifested itself yesterday. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed following through this with me on the channel, you know, on my shop extension and improvements. And it's all because of that. Everything got triggered by that Monarch. But you know what? I'm not going to complain. I love that thing. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.